Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I have a very good news for those who are using CCBoot Classic for Diskless or even using Cloud, and that is now you don't have to add any certificates to your BIOS. You can directly boot the clients from the network and without having to disable SecureBoot and without having to add any certificate files to the BIOS. So I have been able to acquire a ipc.efi and smp-only.efi file that is already signed by Microsoft, and although it's signed, it does not run any script that we normally run through the TFTP folder, but instead we have to run it through STTP. So that's what I'm going to show now. So first of all, let me show you CCBoot. This is classic. This also works with CCBoot 2018, so you can use in older version as well. So this is the installation folder in TFTP. I've already copied the signed file, and let me show you. So these are the cell signatures. These are signed by Microsoft Windows UEFI driver publisher, and this is what allows you to boot the clients in SecureBoot mode without having to add certificates to the BIOS. So these are the two files that were acquired, and to be able to run it, we have to set up a HTTP server or web server, and that you can do that by using simple HTTP server. You can have the link of the description below, and I have created a small command that will run the HTTP server with the port 4433 with the root folder tftp. So let me run it and show you. So now this is HTTP server running with the port, running at port 4433 and listing in all IP address. So let me put it on a corner here. Now next thing we have to do is copy some of the files that are needed for WinPE boot that are available here. You can refer my previous videos about booting the client through WinPE. Now to use these files, we have to create a push file and within a specific folder. Now the first folder is altiris, and then the second folder will be ipxe, and the lettering has to be exact, and the last one is get pxscript.aspx, and in the aspx you can write your ipc script. So once the HTTP server is ready and you have created the file and placed it in the TFTP folder, and these two files also placed in the TFTP folder, go to client manager, edit the client and change the pxe name to ipxe-sign.efi. Click OK. Now I'm going to switch over to the client, and I'm going to show you that this client has no certificate added already. Now you will notice that in system configuration boot option, there are no option to add certificate to this BIOS, and because of that, it was very hard to boot it in SecureBoot mode in Diskless. Now, because of the new ipc file, we are able to boot it in SecureBoot mode. As you can see here, SecureBoot is enabled and legacy is disabled. If you enable legacy, then SecureBoot will be disabled by default, and I'm booting over IPv4. So let's save and continue. It's taking boot from the network now. So the boot menu has loaded. Now we are going to install the Windows to the CCBoot image directly with super client, and while SecureBoot is enabled. So let me go to the server. Now in the server, I have to set the client as super client, and as you can see, this is a UEFI image, and this is a blank image PSDX file created from disk manager, and now it's in super client mode. Going to the client, press enter. Now it's going to load the required file for WinPE boot. In the server, you can see that all of the files are being loaded, and it's loaded over HTTP. And if I go to the client, it's almost finished loading the WinPE. So it's loading the WinPE now. Okay, the WinPE finished loading, and we are greeted with a command prompt. Since we are installing Windows over the network, so let me start the shared folder and then connect to it. Okay, let me try that again. Username and then password. Okay. When connecting to the share folder, you have to set the username and password. You can refer my previous videos. So I've connected to the shared folder as G drive, and I'm going to connect to it. Now we are going to load the setup.exe and add a parameter no reboot and press enter. Okay, so Windows setup has started. Let's continue. Now if you go over to the server, you can see that the client is in super client mode and is bright red now instead of dark red before, which meant it was not connected. Now let's go over to next. Let me delete the old partitions and create new one. Now this will be the 60 partition and next. So the installation has started, and let me pause the video now and come back when the Windows installation is just about to finish. The Windows installation is just about to finish, and it's now installing the features. And in a minute or so, it will complete and close the Windows setup. As you can see, the Windows installation has completed. Now it's going to close the Windows setup exe and get us back to the site. Now we have to perform a few steps. So let me show you. Let's edit and go to local machine. Click on system and then file. Local machine, then file with Hive. Go to this PC and we have to choose the currently installed Windows partition. That will be D drive, and C drive will be the ESP or EFI partition. Now go to Windows, System32, config, and choose system. And you can write anything here. So I'm going to just write SS, and the register hack has loaded. Now head over to current control set 001, then control, look for session manager, and then go to memory management and empty this registry value. Click OK, go back. Now go to PNP, create a new network setup and add a new D word, constituent value called network setup status. The value should be 1. Now after this, we go over to services and look for the service name of your network adapter. For my case, it's Realtek, so this one, and I have to set the start value to 0. Now afterwards, click OK, register Hive, go back. Okay, so this one, unload the Hive, click yes, click OK, and then exit. Now the client is restarting, and as you can see, it has disconnected from the server as well. Now the next time it boots, now we will choose the option boot for from CCBoot, the first option, and this will boot the Windows. Now if we see in the server, it's reading the data. Switch over to client. As you can see, it's loading on the server, so it has continued to read the data. And do keep in mind, in first boot it will be slow as it needs to install all the drivers. Now it's booting Windows, so now it has rebooted once, and it's going to continue with the installation and reach the OOB stage. So let's wait for it to reach there. As I mentioned earlier, if you are using 1 Gbps or higher speed NIC, the process will be much faster. It will be faster even than using the USB bootable to install the Windows and uploading the image. And and it can save a lot of time. And additionally, you won't have to, by using the pre-signed Microsoft signed IPC file, you won't have to add the certificate to any of your BIOSes, making it more secure than adding your own custom certificates. Okay, so the Windows installation has reached the OOB stage. Let's continue with it. And as you saw from the start of the video, this is rebooting over CCBoot with SecureBoot on, and we're installing the Windows to CCBoot Image directly with Superfine enabled. It's gonna take some seconds. Once it's reached the desktop, I'll show you that SecureBoot is indeed enabled. Hopefully this video will be useful to a lot of cafe owners that are using CCBoot Classic and version of CCBoot Classic, and this will give you an opportunity to boot your computers in UEFI SecureBoot mode, those that support it, and without having to add the certificate file. And this is especially helpful for those who have locked BIOSes, which prevent any certificates to be added, like branded PCs from HP, the Lenovo, like Ryzen PCs, those that do not allow to add the certificate files manually. To all those IT technicians that are working in game centers and internet cafes, you can use this method to install Windows to the computers directly, or create an image and boot Diskless over network using CCBoot or any other Diskless program. Ta-da! Okay, so Windows installation has finished. So let me open MS in 32. This will open the system information, and as you can see here, BIOS mode is UEFI. SecureBoot state is on, and if I open device manager, you will see network is 100 megabits, and if you see check ticks, you can see that this is the SecureBoot, and the partitions, you see that is the boot drive. Now let me check the TPM. Security processor. Okay, and as you can see, TPM is 1.16. You can see specific version is TPM 2.0, and it's ready state. Yeah, so you can see it's putting over them. Let me reboot the computer once and show you. Okay, let me finish this script. This will optimize the Windows. And this is due to the auto-unattend.xml file that I have been using in my Windows installation and also in my previous videos. And this will completely optimize the Windows. You don't have to do it manually. All you have to do is optimize the network. Okay, booting from the OS. So if you want these files, or you need help with setting up SecureBoot image for your computers, feel free to message me in WhatsApp or Telegram. And if you want to procure these files, then you can get it from my Patreon page. All the files will be available, including the WinPV and the STP server.exe, which you can just simply extract it to CCBoot folder and get it ready. If you have reached here, then thank you for watching through the entire video, and I hope you like the video and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day.